Welcome, Algebra 1 students, to Lesson 2.2 of Topic 2 on linear equations. This is the point-slope form. This is another formula we will use to write the equation of a line. This might be brand new to you. It actually does come from the slope formula, and we're going to talk about that in the next slide. But again, it's very useful. Notice it's called point and slope form. So you need a point and the slope. All right, so let's take a look here. Example 1, it says, how can you write the equation of a line using any points on a line? So we're going to use the slope formula to find the slope using a specific point x1 and x2, or sorry, x1, y1, and any point x, y, okay? So here is your slope formula. So the first thing we're going to do is notice that we don't have x2, y2, we have xy. So we're going to substitute. So this is your first set. Substitute x and y for x2, y2. So you'll see now this formula is going to say m equals, so y minus y1 over x minus x1. So we just drop the 2's, right? And now we're going to multiply both sides by this denominator. Because of this minus sign, we're going to put this denominator in parentheses. We're going to multiply it by that parenthesis, x minus x1. We'll do the same thing over here with the m, multiply it by x minus x1. So what you're going to get is you're going to get this x minus x1 multiplied with m. We're not going to simplify that. That's going to stay good. And then over here, the x minus x1 cancels, and you'll get y minus y1. So we're just manipulating things, changing the equation around. And now we're going to take this whole equation and flip-flop it around. So the y minus y1 will come over here. We're going to put the m in front of this parenthesis, m times x minus x1. And this, my friends, is the point-slope form. Let me move this box out of the way so you can see what they say. You can write the equation of any line using any point, x1, y1, and the slope, m, in what is called point-slope form. And again, it's right here. It's right there. Okay? So if you remember from last section, it was called slope-intercept form because you needed the y-intercept. That's a special point. Here, you don't need the y-intercept. You just need any point. All right, so let's take a look here. It says, why is it helpful to have point-slope form in addition to slope-intercept form? So again, let's talk about the differences real fast. So if we recall what slope-intercept form was, it's y equals mx plus b. If you recall, for this, you need the slope. So we need the slope, which was m, and the y-intercept, and the y-intercept. And the y-intercept was at the point 0, b, right? That's where that b came from. But for the point-slope form, point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, you still need the slope, which is m, and any point. Again, that's the major difference, right? Any point, and that would be x1, y1. So that's why point slope form is a little bit more beneficial because you can use it in more situations. Okay, so example 2, write an equation in point slope form. So it says a line with a slope of 1/2 passes through the point 3, -2. What form can you use to write the equation of this line? What is the equation in that form? So the m is your 1/2. And this point is not the y-intercept, it's just any point. So this will be our x1, y1. So we are going to use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Point slope form. So we're going to replace the y1 with -2. So y minus, notice this minus sign comes down, and then -2 goes in place of y1 equals the m is replaced by 1/2 parenthesis x minus, and we replace x1 with its x value of 3. And now when you do this, you're going to simplify any double signs. So right here, I see a minus next to a minus. That minus next to a minus becomes one big giant plus. And this equation in point slope form is y plus 2 equals 1/2 parenthesis x minus 3. And that's it. Okay, so let's attack another problem similar to this. Okay, next it says, what is the equation of a line that passes through -4, 1, and 2, 3? So again, I am given 2 points here, none of which are the y-intercept. So that's why it says point slope form. Now, we have one extra step here. They did not give us the slope, but they give us 2 points. Let's call this point x1, y1, call this one x2, y2. We can now use the slope formula to find the slope. So to find the slope, remember it's m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Just take your numbers and plug them in. That's 3 minus 1 over 2 minus -4. Notice the minus -4. So 3 minus 1 is 2. In the bottom, a negative next to a negative becomes a positive. That's 2 plus 4, which is 6. And we can divide 2 by 2 and 6 by 2 and get 1/3. There is your slope m. Up here, we're going to pick the easier point. So I'll change it into blue. So this is my slope. Up here, 2, 3 is the easier point. So for point slope form, which again is y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1. For that formula, I'm going to let 2, 3 be my x1, y1 because again, there's no negatives. So y minus, we'll replace y1 with 3 equals m, which is 1/3 the slope we found, times x minus, and I'll replace x1 with 2. If there are any double signs, you change them. If not, we are done. And there's your point slope form. Okay, so I'm going to pause there. The second video is coming up next.